I'm grateful.
Yes, indeed. Mr. Solomon Kote was representing the Industrial and Commercial Workers Union as the General Secretary. Thank you both. Mr. Fuswa Samoa, sorry. Yeah. All right. Thank you both. And let's do some other stories. The police in Obuasi Murde3 in the Obuasi East district of the Ashanti region have arrested a tenant who allegedly murdered a 4-year-old today. Obaya, the mother of the deceased, told Adom News' Isaac K. Nomanyo that her son was bathing when she left the house to buy porridge. She said upon her return she couldn't find her son, so she drew the attention of other tenants in the house. A search found the dead body in the room of one of the tenants by name Kwame, who is said to be in his 20s.
Murde3 in the mining town of Obuasi have been thrown into a state of shock after body of the boy who went missing was found in the room of the suspect who stays in the same house. Mother of the boy, Obaya, tells Love News the boy went missing yesterday after he went out to bath in the early hours of Thursday.
Timidin suoni equal see one. Na me ko dare ba na me siesie mu nti. Me ma me ba no se na kofi we na se we ni wo fa ne na fofo no echiro. Ti me ko echiro me ko no ni na me ko ka kire me papa se. Me hu kofi na ma hwehwe akohwe ne dwuma mu ni awo ni ho. Na papa ka se na sadia me ko ya announcement wo abodukrum no no so ko police station akoye announcement nti me guso hwehwe na ya dan ba ko bi won chen na Miss Debi ohonum na tele ni bi wo ho na teacher ni bi so wo rent dan wo no me friend so mbra na yen hwe dan ti egusu hwehwe mo na teacher ni no hwe mpanase ti o peja no hu se akra na mo no ho hwe won to peja na onti men kan no do no no peja no me hu se o da ba me friend na no nkan no na me di me ka be ka kire me ma me se akra na champagne so a friend na won je so.
The lifeless body of little Nana was found the next day under the bed of a co-tenant and suspect, Emmanuel Kwame J. He has been telling police he had a voice in him ordering him to kill the boy. He fled to neighboring Diawuso after the heinous act and sought refuge in the residence of a pastor who handed him over to the Obuasi police. Residents are scared for the lives of their children.
Me body agro ba me bani agro na di agro ente yesa no mpo me kama me ba no na me ka che wo mo se mo hwehwe nkofo dan enhwe sa akola no hye ho a ti wona me wona ne na be fra me se ampa asema me kan no mo kohwe ebo ni dan mo no akwa no hye mpa na se nti se me eku abo me pa me nyanka me firi okromu ya
akwa ni mpo de da bia no one ne nana no ekọ ba bia ba enti me anopa no frame se wo huni nana no ani se me bedru ya ye ka kire me se di abani ame ba ya di abesi ni.
Police say they are still investigating. Reporting for JoyNews, Erastus Asaredonko, Murde3, Obuasi in the Ashanti region.
So that was Erastus Asaredonko's report. Let's learn a little bit more. Erastus, this is such a tragic incident. We understand that Kwame, the suspect in whose room the dead body was found, has now been arrested.
The day when he committed the heinous crime, allegedly, he fled the house and went to stay just about a mile away from Murde3, a town called Diawuso, and he sought refuge in a pastor's house. He told the pastor that some people are after him. And when he queried as to why they will be after him, he said, well, I killed a boy in the early hours of today. And so the pastor hid him in his house and informed the police who apprehended him from the house.
Do we have any indication at all as to the motive behind this crime?
Come again, could you?
Erastus, do we have any indication at all as to the motive behind this crime?
What he has been telling police is a bit scanty, but he keeps saying that something told him to just kill the boy. They've been trying to find out whether indeed he killed the boy for ritual purposes, but he says that no, the voice just told him to strangle the boy, and so he killed him. But what police are saying that whilst he was under interrogation yesterday, it looks like he was under the influence of illicit drugs because he was dazed and he wasn't responding correctly to questions. And so today they are going to repeat the examination again, that's the interviewing, to find out more as to why he will kill a boy he has been living with in the same house for a long time, hide the body under a bed, and flee the house.
Do we have any further clarity on the age of the suspect?
Come again
on the age of the suspect.
He is 20. He is 20 years. Emmanuel Kwame is 20 years. We are told what residents know about him is that he's a weed smoker. He's among some youth who used to smoke weed in that particular vicinity. What has not been established is whether it's the weed alone or he adds some other concoctions to it, and whether his motive for killing was influenced by these illicit drugs.
Is he known to have an occupation? Is he a student or is he a worker?
Well, his father is somebody who produces charcoal in the bush. And so he assists sometimes, but he himself is unemployed.
Right. How about the victim, the young boy who was killed? What have we learned about him?
The victim is a 4-year-old boy, very naive. And in fact, the boy plays in the vicinity, the whole house. They live in the same house. Their door is just closed to that of the suspect. And so they live in the house. In the morning, the mother said the boy wanted maize porridge, and then he did it for him, but he said that he wanted to eat Tom Brown. So she asked the boy to go and bath. So it's like he set up some water outside for him to bath. So it was after some minutes that the boy wasn't coming back to his room. Then he got alarmed. They started searching for him, and they searched the whole house. They couldn't find him. They searched nearby houses. They couldn't find him. And so one of the tenants brought up the idea that they should start searching individual rooms in the house, because sometimes he sneaks into people's rooms and all that. That was when they searched this boy's room, and they found him, his lifeless body, under his bed. He was foaming in the mouth, and he was naked because he was bathing. And the boy told police that, yes, he wrapped his head in a sheet. And he killed him. He told police how he killed him. I cannot say that on air. It's too sensitive.
Right. Now, it's such a tragedy. At this point, he's in police custody, but the community are alarmed and they are afraid of further occurrences. What is the cause of that fear?
Well, it is born out of, I'm told, they are afraid that these days it's not even cool to be able to get your child to go and play safely with others. And that is the concern, because if you live in the same compound house, children will play together. Sometimes they go into people's rooms to play around and all that, watch TV. With this coming up, is it safe? How safe can your child be, even within people he's been playing with? How can your child even enter somebody's room and you can keep your peace of mind that nothing will happen to him or her? That is the kind of concern that people are expressing.
Erastus, thanks for that update. No doubt we'll be learning more in the coming days.